I'm getting my gravel bike prepared to go in its flight case because in a couple days I'm heading out to Stillwater, Oklahoma for the Mid-South gravel event. I am pumped. I'm looking forward to it. Got a buddy from the Bay Area that's also going to be flying out as well. So it's just a few days before the flight. I figured I would get things done early. That way I'm not rushing to get out of here the night before it's time to get on the plane. And God forbid I run into some issue that I need to deal with before traveling out to Oklahoma. Just a few days prior to shooting this footage, I was having an issue with my gravel wheel set. Ended up taking it to the local bike shop, Mike's Bikes, and got everything smoothed out. So now we're all good. Everything is fixed, working. Just need to get the frame into the case and put all the miscellaneous parts and wheels and goodies in the bag. This bag has been used tons of times. I fly 3 to 4 times a year with it. Finally, it's kind of given out. The zipper track has taken on some damage, and this is a huge issue because I can't zip this side of the case all the way down, and eventually the zippers are going to just come off. And once the zippers come off, I can't get them back on the track, and then it'll just be a wrap for the bag. I hate that I've only had this bag for 3 years and it's already having a serious issue with the zipper track. I'm going to make another updated bike bag video so that you can see the current condition it's in and my experience with owning the bag for 3 years. Anyhow, night before the flight, I pre-packed the car. That way when I wake up, all I have to do is take a shower and then just hop directly into the car. I don't have to fuss around with the luggage. The car is packed up, ready to go. The flight takes off at 6. I need to be at the airport with this oversized bag at least an hour early. So I want to be there around 4:30, 4:45. So I made it to the hotel. I've just about got settled in, unpacked, had a very smooth drive from the airport up to Stillwater. The check-in was quick and simple, no complications. And now I'm just getting ready to finish putting my bike back together. Then I'm gonna run across the street to Walmart, which is right over here. I got a nice view of, I don't know what that is, the roof? But yeah, there's Walmart way out in the distance. Pretty convenient, I love that. There was one thing that happened to me on the trip that caught me by surprise. Well, I shouldn't have been surprised, but if you are flying with a bike and you are riding a tubeless setup and you're carrying CO2 cartridges, beware. Airports are starting to crack down on that stuff, and obviously you shouldn't have any CO2 cartridges because it's just dangerous to have aboard a plane. So right before boarding my plane in San Jose, TSA calls me over the PA system, like right as my group is getting ready to board. So they said that TSA wanted to have a word with me, and it was pretty dramatic, but I didn't know what was going on or what the deal was. But finally, when the TSA agent came, he explained that they went through my bike bag, found my CO2 cartridges, and they confiscated them. They took my license and contact information just for, I guess, a formality to say that they warned me. And then they also left this in my bag, just kind of explaining that I had hazardous materials removed out of my case. So they're just talking about the CO2 cartridges that they took away. This was my saddle bag that they went through, and they took it off of the saddle, went through it, took the cartridges out. Luckily for me, I've got this muck off mini inflator. God forbid something happens where I have to use it, but at least I do have some form of air because I don't have a pump on the bike. So if you're gonna fly with your bike, make sure you do not have CO2 cartridges in your bike. I've had it happen once before where they confiscated cartridges out of my saddle bag. No harm, no foul. So I just need to take my bike off the frame, put the wheels on, pedals, and tomorrow is a shakeout ride. It's the Zipp and Sip shakeout ride. I did it last year. They're doing the same ride this year, tomorrow, out of Balanced Coffee that is just down the road in town. So I'm looking forward to that. And also my buddy is here from the Bay Area in town, so super pumped for that. We're gonna get a chill ride in the morning, probably eat after that, check out the expo. Anyways, I'm rambling. I need to get back to work, putting the bike together. Here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Mid-South. We've just arrived at Balanced Coffee, getting ready to
start the Zipp and Zip, whatever, getting ready to start the shakeout ride. There's a lot of folks here already. Jorge trying to get his life together with his Garmin that's giving him the business. The ride is starting at 9, so not too early. It's a good start time. Vibe is feeling really nice. Lots of friendly folks here. There's the SRAM community leader giving out all the instructions and pre-ride details. You can see the wind is starting to pick up, or I shouldn't even say starting, it's already up. This is kind of giving you the precursor to what's getting ready to happen later today. But yeah, lots of really cool people. Love doing the shakeout rides. The Mid-South does an incredible job at hosting so many different shakeout rides. Chamois Butter does one. Obviously this is Zipp. Yesterday there was a massive denim ride. The theme of that is, well, what it sounds like. Wear anything denim, jorts, jean shorts, jean pants, blue jean jacket, the whole shebang. But yeah, they do a great job at all these fun different types of shakeout rides. And this guy's bike, absolutely love it. Love the setup, love the big giant tires, really cool frame. Props to this guy. And we're off. So we're doing the 11-mile route. It's a really chill ride. Tons of people show up. I definitely encourage anyone that's intending the Mid-South to do one, if not all, of the shakeout rides. It's a ton of fun. I didn't get a lot of footage on this ride, but I definitely had a good morning with Jorge and met some other new people from different parts of the US. So after the shakeout ride, we rode a block around the corner to the downtown area where the expo takes place. I love how conveniently located everything is for the Mid-South. You do not have to travel very far. Everything is centralized. There are lots of cool vendors here, tons of things to buy, lots of freebies, lots of swag giveaways. Can't say enough about this event. The vendors that do show up here are probably some of the best in the market, in my opinion. And there's a wide range of different types of vendors. It's always cool to check out products that you don't typically get to see in your local bike shops. So I love that aspect of the vendor expo, and really cool bikes like this one. Like, look at the paint job on this, looks incredible. I'm a big fan of anything that's hot pink or magenta. Anything that's so pink it's almost red, that's my favorite. Yeah, this is really cool. Here's the booth for Obed Bikes. They have some really nice road, gravel, and mountain bike offerings, and I believe they're out of Tennessee if I'm not mistaken. But they had their race bike here on display. Garmin had a killer booth here. They had all of their GPS devices, their watches, their computers, and of course a sales rep there to answer any of your questions about any of their devices. Sir had some really cool dehydrated fruit offerings here, crunchy strawberries, crunchy mangoes, and a dispenser where you can step up and grab some samples. So by this time it's noon and the Mid-South merchandise booth just opened up, and we got here in the nick of time because the line was mega long, but this is where you can grab all the cool Mid-South gear. Another cool thing about the Mid-South event is that this is not just a gravel bike event. The day before the main gravel bike event, there is a 50K run that also runs over the dirt course, and you get to celebrate and cheer on the runners as they pass through the finishing arch downtown in the expo area. Here's District Bikes, a really cool bike shop nested right in the middle of the expo. Couldn't wait to go in here and patronize it. They've got a lot of really cool stuff. They've got this custom build SRAM Salsa Cycles bike that they're raffling off, and the artist that did the paint job, there's a really cool backstory on her. I'll put a link in the description so you can learn a little bit more about the bike, and I believe as of the time of filming this, it raised $40,000, which is incredible. It's going to a really good cause. This is a stunning looking bike build. I think the raffle was like $10 to enter. So yeah, they raised a lot of money for a good cause, and whoever won this bike has got an amazing machine. Look at this thing. My buddy and I spent quite a bit of time walking around the bike shop buying things that we probably don't need, but it's good to patronize this place. I really love District Bicycles. I like everything that they've been doing. I follow them on social media, and I know they have a big part to play with the Mid-South event. So it's great to give back to this local cycling community here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. There's lots of stuff to look at. They've got these neat displays all around the store. Everything is well placed, well designed. I love this award shelf that sits up here. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. But gives some characteristics to the bike shop that you're visiting instead of it being static and stale. This is a place that when you come in, you feel like you want to buy things, which is the whole point to owning a business, I guess, right? Anyways, I'm just trying to say this is a cool bicycle shop, and we were really excited to come in here and make some purchases. All right, this is where things get serious. I want you to notice how hard the wind is blowing on those flag banners. The wind is picking up by the minute. It is blowing super strong right now, and it began to get stronger and stronger by the minute. And at this point, we had no idea that chaos was getting ready to ensue. The wind is outrageous right now, so registration shut down early. We decided to get on our bikes and jam back to our hotel because we knew we had to face an incredible headwind. There's smoke in the air. We know there's wildfires around, but the day only got worse from here on out. The wind is probably blowing at 40 to 50 miles an hour right now. We are struggling to stay upright. There was already smoke in the air before we even left the event, but now that we're getting closer to the hotel, you can see that the town of Stillwater is getting encircled by wildfires. With the wind blowing us around, we just had to get off our bikes and walk. By this time, we're super concerned about this fire ahead of us. I just get back to my hotel room from this morning's shakeout ride. I went on the Zipp sponsored Zip and Sip ride out of Balanced Coffee in town. Went phenomenally well. Big turnout. So me and Jorge went over there, did the 11-mile ride, got to meet some great people, check out some really cool bikes. Folks really do have some interesting bikes at this event in particular. Really nice ride setups. But after that, we went just a block away from Balanced Coffee over to the expo and got to watch the running event, which is happening today. So usually at Mid-South, they have a running event the day before the riding event. So we got to check that out, get something to eat, check out all the amazing vendors, and also the wind kicked up. So we knew that it was going to be a pretty gusty day, but did not know that it was going to be this serious. So we flew in last night, which is Thursday, today's Friday, and we've been keeping tabs on the weather, and the local news had a series of wind advisories and weather alerts. So, we were prepared that the wind was going to kick up around 10 a.m. this morning, and it was going to get pretty severe as the day progresses on. Now it's about, I'd say 2 p.m. I have no idea what time it is, but we spent the majority of the day over at the expo area, had a blast, but boy, the wind kicked up like you would not believe. I have not felt wind gusts this powerful. I think they're expecting up to 70 mile an hour wind gusts going closer to 5 p.m. And I definitely believe it. I've been watching the news since I got back from this morning's ride, and I've got the news on. There are a lot of wildfires. So when I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, there was a red flag warning for the entire state. Pretty serious wind event, which also means that in arid, dry conditions, that leads to wildfires. So lo and behold, there are several wildfires burning in the state of Oklahoma right now. And there's also a local wildfire here in Stillwater, which is pretty sad. So I'm praying for all of the people that live here in Stillwater and property owners, I guess really throughout the state, that are dealing with some of the wildfires that just cropped up. Hopefully everything will be as good as it can be. Obviously wildfires are not good. So the local one seems like it's maybe a mile and a half away, maybe closer, but you can see it out in the distance. It is dark out there, and again, it's probably about 2:30 right now. It was a sunny day until the wind started to kick up the dust, and then the wildfire started. So now everything's pretty hazy, pretty smoky, but yeah, there's an active fire going right there. On our way back from the event, because we rode our bikes into town to the event, and then we had to ride our bikes back fully loaded with all our gear and swag and all the stuff that we purchased. Also should mention that a lot of the vendors unfortunately had to pack up early because the wind was just too strong to try to hold down the tents and keep merchandise from blowing away, which that definitely happened. We've seen tents and merchandise flying everywhere. So we can probably hit up the vendors tomorrow because the wind event is going to be over, I believe, sometime in the middle of the night, or it's going to die down enough
They cut registration short. We were able to get our registration in, but we'll have to go back to get, you know, all the freebies and goodies and everything that comes with our registration. Live music and the rider meeting is going to happen later on today around 5 o'clock, and they've moved that to a local community center. So lots going on here in the town of Stillwater. Pretty sad. But point I was going to make is we rode into town to do the ride, and we had to ride back in some of the strongest winds that we have ever experienced. Jorge hurt himself on the way back. He got blown off his bike. I was blown off course several times. We finally just had to get off our bikes and walk the last mile and a half back to the hotel because it was just that strong. We even had a citizen that pulled over with a 4Runner and offered to give us a ride with whoever that guy is. Definitely appreciated the offer. So we're back in the hotel just watching the news and just trying to wait things out to figure out what's going to happen with picking up our swag and if we're going to go back into town to the expo. There was a ride happening later today put on by Chamois Butter. I'm pretty sure they're going to cancel that. There is no way people are going to ride in these windy conditions, and I'm sure you probably can hear it on the mic. Like, the wind is howling outside, and you can just see all the smoke. Look at that. Look how crazy that is. And there's the sun. And believe it or not, it looked worse than that when we rode or walked our bikes back to the hotel. I mean, that is really bad. So yeah, I guess I should probably show you all the stuff I got so far. I bought a lot of things I did not need, but of course I need them. So, got the updated 2025 Mid-South bag. Cycle Oregon has these cool rags out here. Love these, and they're gonna come in handy to keep the dust out of your nostrils. Then the Athletic Company is here. I believe they are from Portland, Pacific Northwest somewhere, and they have these special Mid-South socks. I'm a big fan of their socks in general. I just happen to be wearing some of their socks as we speak, and when I went by the booth I made sure that they know I'm a big fan of theirs, but love the socks and different types of apparel that they put out. I got the Mid-South shirt. So Oceans and Sand, I love the shirts that they put out. I'm wearing one right now. I am not sponsored by them, but I like that they have these casual shirts that are for cycling, and they've got all the pockets, but this one's a special one. I'm not gonna open it up, but this is a cycling shirt, and it looks like this. So it's got this design on the back of it, but basically it looks like what I'm wearing right now, where it's just a casual shirt, and it's got the pockets on the back. Most people never even know that this is a cycling shirt. So I got that. Then I bought a District Bikes shirt. That is a really cool design. It's like a pointing finger, a hand pointing its finger, but it's also in the shape of Oklahoma. Got the panhandle right there. So supporting the District Bike Shop. Then I bought the District Bicycles Ocean and Sand Special Edition casual cycling shirt. I got another one, so now I got two, right? So I got one that's a Mid-South Ocean and Sand shirt, and then I got this. I seen this shirt before I seen the Mid-South shirt. I probably wouldn't have bought this and then bought the District shirt. So now I got District t-shirt, then I got the Ocean and Sand cycling shirt on the back. It's pretty cool. District Bicycles, Stillwater, Oklahoma. So I think this might have been overkill with the fact that I've got an Ocean and Sand Mid-South cycling shirt. Then I bought the District Bikes Ocean and Sand cycling shirt, and I'm wearing Ocean and Sands. So yeah, we're doing too much here. Got some stickers from Sir Nutrition. So they had these dehydrated mangoes and strawberries, which are really cool, or they tasted great, and they've got some good stickers. I've got my race number 392 for the 100-mile event. 3T was there, had a cool booth with some bikes, and then they've got this stick for getting the mud off of your chain and your bike and everything, clearing the mud away. So that's cool. Stillwater Medical, so they've got like a first aid kit. Always nice to have one of these. Should always keep something like that in your toolkit. Speaking of toolkits, got the Moose Packs bicycle toolkit. It's perfect timing because I actually needed another one. I just recently lost my bike bag, my saddle bag, so I got this one because it kind of matches the color of my bike. So it's fluorescent orange. And my bike's over there. You probably can't see it's fluorescent orange, but yeah, pretty fancy. Love it. Definitely did not need more water bottles. I only bought one bottle on the trip and I needed one. So originally I got one, but then Jorge was like, oh, you got to have a matching pair. So now I got two. My partner Reagan is gonna love that. She's not. She actually hates these water bottles because I tie up so much of our cabinets at home with cycling water bottles. She hates it. Went to Iron Monk last night and got this special commemorative pint glass, Mid-South, printed on it. Iron Monk with the Oklahoma panhandle. And then I got one of their water cups. I made sure to take this home. It's pretty cool because it's got the OSU guy on it. This is obviously OSU country, you know, the colleges here in town. Got some Iron Monk stickers. And finally, look at that. 2 6-packs of Mid-South Pale Ale. I'm gonna throw a couple in the refrigerator now because I'm definitely gonna need to drink some after tomorrow's event. So yeah, that's my goodie haul for the day. I know I just talked your ear off, but yeah, that's all the stuff, all the things, and just hoping that everyone in town is safe here because it's not looking good outside. I don't know why I got these glasses on. Anyways, that's it. So, see you in the morning. All right, things just took another turn for the worst. Now the hotel that Jorge and I are at is getting evacuated. So I'm just grabbing some essentials, some medication, some beer, and my laptops, and I'm out of here. And then we're gonna go find Stillwater High School, or there's a community center. There's a few places that the evacuees can go to. Several hotels in the area have gotten evacuated. Walmart across the street, everywhere here in Stillwater is getting evacuated because the wildfire situation is pretty dire right now. And the winds have not died down at all. The adventure continues. All right, so we're at Mid-South 2025. Drink beer in Stillwater High School parking lot because our hotel got evacuated.
Crazy.
And we're probably not going to race tomorrow. As of right now is on, but the particulates in the air, air quality is terrible.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to be doing more of this tomorrow and buying more things we don't need.
Right. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Last night around 9, the Mid-South made the official call to cancel the event, which for obvious reasons, considering how bad the wildfires were and the wind and just the pure craziness of everything. The emergency crews are going to be tied up and busy for the next upcoming days, so that all made sense. Canceling the event was a solid call and not surprising to anybody at all. So we're in town at the Expo event area. The Mid-South had a booth set up. Registration area was open for folks that did not have a chance to grab all of their swag bags and registration stuff from yesterday, because everything got shut down in a hurry once the winds came, and they were passing out free water and beers and really just kind of looking after everyone that was here in the expo area. I love how the Mid-South took care of all of the folks that registered for this event. Just looking at the sky, you wouldn't even have known that a disaster took place just less than 24 hours prior. Everyone that made the trip to the event really showed a ton of support, and I love how the Mid-South responded to this disaster. All of the registration proceeds went to aid relief for the local community, and they created a donation fund for people to support as well. Sure, it was disappointing that the event got canceled, but what can you do? Mother Nature is undefeated. All things considered, everyone today gave off some incredibly positive energy, and we all made the best out of a very unfortunate situation. For the people that still wanted to get a ride in, the Mid-South posted 2 small routes that riders could do. There was a 40-ish mile route and I believe a 50-mile route. Both of those routes were not part of the main course and ran on roads that were not impacted by the wildfires or any of the safety crews that would be out working. So Jorge and I went out to do the 44-mile out and back, and that pretty much wrapped up the trip for us. It was great to see a ton of riders out on the gravel roads, which you'll see just in a moment. Everyone
was just out trying to get a taste of what could have been, but we made the best of this trip. All right, I'll stop yapping, but here's some of the footage from our 44-mile short out and back ride and all the great people that we encountered along the way. There it is. Our short 44-mile ride is over. We're back in town at the expo area. We ended up taking a few pictures at the finishing arch and then went over to Stone Cloud Brewery to hang out at the post-event get together and drink some beers before we head back to the hotel to pack up. Jorge had checked out of his room earlier in the day and brought all his gear down to my room. So now he's packing up his bike, but he's using these pool noodles, which I thought was ingenious in order to provide some safety for his frame. Then I've got my frame already mounted to the sled. That's all pretty much packed up. And the Warriors game is on. So that's the end of one hell of an adventure trip to the Mid-South 2025. We will definitely be back for 2026.